Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to talk about slip joints. And I am not a huge slip joint person, although there are a few here on the table. This is the one we're really going to talk about today that was loaned in by my buddy Kyle. But my main focus on slip joints has been this Swiss Army knife, or one similar to this, as I think this is probably the second or third one I've had, as I have just worn them out, broken them, whatnot. So when I think of slip joints, this is what I think of, is just a very small utility knife that has, a screwdriver and a pair of scissors and a small blade, right? This is my typical slip joint carry. And I put a little proton light on mine, and this rides in the bottom of my right front pocket all the time. Okay? I know there's a lot of people that collect slip joints and get all excited about, kind of bigger size, much like, this ZT or this Surge Beam that my brother gave me, which is a flipper slip joint that does flip when I get it right, which is actually just kind of cool. So it doesn't lock open, it just closes. Very cool little knife, has a pocket clip. It's a fun little knife that's cool. I did a review on this, not this specific one, but a different one that somebody else loaned in. And after I was done with the review, I had to go buy one. My other buddy was selling one at a great price, and so I picked it up. I gotta be honest, I got more comments on this video of people who ordered it while they were watching my video or soon thereafter than any other knife I've done. And I've done 200 plus videos now. This is the one that 3 or 4 people I know reached out to me and said, dude, we saw your video and I ordered one. And they sent me pictures of it. Hey, this just came in, blah, blah. So I kind of had to buy one for myself. That I may put a light on like this, and I may use this in the bottom of my pocket every so often. It's a little bigger, but what are you gonna do? All right, so elephant in the room. Here is I would say large slip joint. I wouldn't even call this a full-size slip joint. I would call this extra large. This is the Creator slip joint made by Real Steel for Drop, or what used to be the company formerly known as Mass Drop. Then they became Mass, and then they became Drop. I don't know, whatever. That's where this came from. It is a design by Tashi Baruka, and I think I'm saying that right. And this is, I don't know, in my experience, the holy grail of slip joints. So let's dive right into the specs now that we've rambled on for 3 minutes. 5 3/4 inches long, closed. Overall, and it has a pretty solid detent when it's open, of 10 1/4 inches. The blade length is just under 4.4 inches with an edge length of 4.09. It's got VG10 steel with a blade thickness of 0.123. And somebody had posted a picture on Instagram, and somebody had asked what the measurement behind the edge was. So as I don't normally post, talk about that in the videos, I will in this one. It was 0.023024, depending on exactly where I measured. So it is pretty slicey for sure. And we'll do kind of a close-up. It weighs in at just over 7 ounces. It's 7.3 ounces. And the overall thickness, it tapers. Well, it kind of swells. So it starts out at 0.79-ish, goes down to 6.3, up to 7.9, down to 6.3. So when you grab this in your hand, it swells and fills up the hand really well. And there is no clip to have a hot spot or anything. So it's pretty cool. Obviously, there's no bearings in a slip joint like this. It's on washers of some sort. But there is surprisingly a pretty good, I'm not going to say it's a lockup, but it's pretty solid lock, even though there's no lock, right? It's just pressure, but it takes a little oomph to get it to start to close. And then there's a little half stop here, and then in it goes. And you can see here, it's super free flowing till about here, and then it takes a little bit of pop to get it to lock up. And obviously, if you're doing really hard work, typically the pressure is coming this way. So as you're digging into something, it's not really going to fail on your hand. As you're pulling it out of something, if you were to jam it in and it would get locked, hung up, as you went to pull it out, it could start to close. But this one's got a really good quote unquote lock or a detent, if you will. Let's zoom in here. Now there will be some fingerprints on this, I'm sure, because of the way the finish picks up my fingers, and being a slip joint, you have to touch the blade to open and close it. This was originally orange, neon orange scales. They're G10 scales that are sculpted and feel really good and grippy. So Kyle ordered this in the neon orange, knowing that he was going to dye it red. Now they did make these in a black scale, and the black scale actually had a glow-in-the-dark backspacer. So yeah, I'm gonna start looking for a black one, because these are all sold out. So if somebody has a black one with the glow-in-the-dark backspacer, please comment, email me, Instagram, Facebook Messenger me. I'll take one. It's all about the glow-in-the-dark stuff, man. It's all about the glow. All right? So let's do a couple of size comparisons, because this is just so crazy. I don't even know where to start. So let's start with let's start with the Sharpie, because, that's where Dirk starts on his channel, typically. So the Sharpie is the same size as the handle, basically. How about the Spyderco Delica? Because, this one glows in the dark, and we were just talking about that. So what the hell? And the Curtis Cruise. I don't think anything I have on the table here is going to come close. All of my big overbuilt stuff is away in the other room. So, but we're giving you an idea. The Hellraiser, because, God, I love this knife. Thank you, Jim Skelton, for making me buy this. You did a video, and I instantly ordered the Hellraiser while I was watching the video. Two Sons, TS-129, that I'm still digging, totally. So, there you go. This is a big slip joint. It's the epitome of slip joints. It's the biggest slip joint I personally have ever seen. There may be bigger. I don't know. Don't care. I think it's totally cool. I don't know that I would ever carry it because there's no pocket clip. I don't think this is going to really fit in my pocket, just floating around in the bottom of my pocket with my wallet, my keys, and everything else I put in my pockets. Although I do try to keep my knife pocket fairly empty because I don't want to mess up my knives. So, and I think I've talked about that in my EDC video way back on what I carry and why. I talk about where I put everything in my pockets. So, anyway, guys, This is fantastic. Kyle, thank you for loaning this in. There will be a link to Kyle's channel down in the description below. So please go check him out. He's got a great channel. He's got lots of real world stuff because he uses his knives. I use them to open up boxes that come in the mail of other knives. That's what I use them for. That's about the extent of what I use my knives for, is to open boxes of other knives. So, yeah. I'll just leave you with that. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, and check in next time. Thanks, guys.